This is Matthew Shack, and you're listening to The Flow Sports Radio Show. Well, unless you've been living on the moon and you call yourself a sports fan, you better understand what just happened. Kevin Durant is taking his talents to the area. Kevin Durant is going to Golden State Warriors. Now, I'm going to have to say two different things for two different classes of people and two different types of people. First, I want to speak to the Golden State Warrior fans. You guys got what you wanted, man. You got one of the top 3 players in the world to come over and play with one of the top 2 players in the world. You have officially landed one of the greatest shooters of all time when you already have 2 of the greatest shooters of all time. It's looking like it's going down in the town. You guys got what you wanted, man. It's looking that way. Now let me talk to the other group of people who are the basketball aficionados. Golden State better win. No excuses, all bets off. And secondly, this is a great day for LeBron James. I know you're out there in Spain on the water with your homies, Dwayne Wade, Chris Paul, chilling with your beautiful wives. LeBron, today is the day you have been alleviated of all talk. Because like I always have said about your move to Miami, people just didn't like it because you didn't go to where they were at. You can never say anything bad about LeBron James moving or leaving when Kevin Durant basically did the if you can't beat them, join them routine. Think about what happened. You left your team that had a 3-1 lead in the NBA Western Conference Finals, that you lost a historic 3-1 lead to, and you go to the same team that served your behind a ham sandwich minus the ham to go there and try to win a chip. Now, if you're a fan of Golden State, you don't care. As you should. Celebrate. You know, get your Cabbage Patch on. But I'm not talking to y'all right now. I'm talking to the basketball aficionados who understand what's going to have to happen for this to work. And not let me finish in regards to Golden State losing a historic 3-1 lead to the man that runs the NBA. And that would be not Adam Silver. Not him. It would be the man you love to hate the most, LeBron James. So how is LeBron James the most powerful man in basketball? Let me tell you how. Because every time that man makes a move, the entire NBA is watching what they need to do later. That's why. Kevin Durant has a precedent. LeBron made it okay to leave your house and go to somebody else's house and set up shop over there. Okay? He made it okay. But it wasn't okay when he did it because the first model always has to go through the most rigorous testing. That's just how it works. So in this case, LeBron, you have been fully exonerated for any of your past transgressions all the way down to 0. Because now Kevin Durant has superseded you in doing something along the same lines. He has surpassed you in leaving your home team to go to another destination because he left for the team he couldn't beat. That's the difference. So drink up, LeBron. Have a drink for me because you straight. There is 0 pressure on you next year to win the chip. There was 0 pressure on you this year to win the chip. Next year, Golden State better win the NBA championship, period. We can't talk about what Steve Kerr didn't do in coaching. We can't talk about Bogut getting hurt. We can't talk about Barnes not making shots. We can't talk about any of that. We can't talk about the refs. We can't talk about any of that because once again, you guys are the team to beat. Point blank, period. Now, let's get to the X's and O's because how is all this going to work? I've seen some of the most ridiculous posts and people all over Twitter, Facebook, Instagram who think that by providing more scoring to Golden State, that's going to negate not having to play any defense. We can just outscore everybody now. We'll just outscore you to beat you. Now, the basketball pundits and basketball aficionados and those who play the game and those who have played the game and those who study the game, we know better than that. You guys Golden State had the highest scoring team in the NBA this year. They were blowing people out. Doesn't matter if you get Kevin Durant and he comes in and he can light it up. Because that's not what lost you the championship. What lost you the championship by a historic margin was a lack of defensive play. Kevin Durant doesn't help you defensively. But guess what? The average fan only cares about scoring. They don't understand about the nuances of basketball. They don't understand about both ends of the floor. They don't understand about transition defense. They don't understand about, the things that lost them the championship. Without any defense, you're just going to, be non-successful again. So that move is a brilliant move, but it can't be the only move. KD by himself isn't going to make Golden State win a championship. It's going to take time for the team to gel. I have to go back to when LeBron James and Chris Bosh came to the Miami Heat in 2010 and how it took them a year to gel before they were able to win the championship the next year. They made the finals, but they got shellacked. So what makes anyone think that you can just plug somebody in with that kind of firepower who's used to being the first option in the offense to maybe being the third option? You're definitely not the first option when you got the greatest shooter of all time in the lineup. You're not first. You might be second after Clay, but then again, it ain't your team, Kevin. And that's the thing. You're going to have to play second or third fiddle, homie. It's not your team. Even though you're getting the biggest check, you signed a $53.4 million contract for 2 years with a 1-year option. I'll get into that in a minute. And the 2-time unanimous MVP is now the 4th highest paid player on his team. Now people are going to say, well, he gets endorsements. Okay. You don't think KD's going to be trying to go in there and press? You don't think that he's going to go in there and try to show why he's worth every bit of money that he's receiving? I think he's definitely going to do that. So what I'm saying is this. They're going to have to figure out who's going to shoot. Somebody's scoring efficiency is going to drop, exponentially drop. I don't know who it's going to be, but one of those cats is going to get less shots, man, because there's only one basketball. So you can run through the entire season, and this is what you Golden State Warrior fans need to understand. You guys have a us versus them mentality. Everybody's hating on us, this, that, and the other. No, that's not the case. It's just that when you guys brag and say that you guys got the best team of all time and then you don't close, people are going to have something to say about that. The Cleveland Cavaliers are the world champions. That is a fact. You guys have now alleviated them from being even considered to be a repeat. You guys have pretty much solidified the fact that you guys are going to come back and get the title. But there's one thing that has not been talked about. And that thing is playoff basketball has nothing to do with offense. And it has everything to do with defense. So unless that 7-foot center that you guys picked up in the draft can do something, or you guys can do some other things and get some bigs in the back and start working on trying to get those bigs going, when you guys play Cleveland again in the finals, and don't think they're not going to reload, because from what I can recollect, LeBron James and Dwayne Wade are best friends. Do not be surprised if D Wade takes his talents to Cleveland, Ohio. Ooh. Now what? So I'll leave this. I can't wait to see how this turns out. If Golden State, if you guys pull this off, hey, you guys are great front runners, man. Let's just keep being in front. But if you guys lose, I don't know what else to tell you guys, man. I don't know. It's, what's next? And don't be surprised when Kevin Durant opts out, because it's only a 2-year deal with a 1-year player option, and he will opt out. So he might just do a Deion Sanders, come over there like Deion did the 49ers back in 95, win a chip, and cut. Now, I know you guys won't care, but there's another thing. After this season, the 2-time unanimous MVP, Stephen Curry, also becomes a free agent. So it's either feast or famine, homies. Ladies and gentlemen, you guys either win the chip or you guys may lose the entire pot. But we're going to see how it turns out. You guys got it. From everything I've been hearing, it's a done deal. But here at the Flow Sports Radio Show, we don't do the groupie thing, man. We call it like it is. And I remember 3-1. And I remember 73-9. And I remember it was a done deal. And I remember LeBron doesn't have a chance. That's all I'm saying. But we got at least till November to contemplate it. But until then, game on. Game on.